Okay, let's get on with the demo for Cloomi. To do this, I'm going to use two browsers. Brave browser is connected to an unregistered number, which means a patient or a user, and the Opera browser is registered to a number that's a provider. This is a Cloomi help desk provider number. We do get a copy of each message in each category for moderation purposes, which is where this help desk pharmacy comes in, and also it receives test messages, which you would see very soon. So I'm a user here. I'm using Cloomi, so I go hi. I need to select a category here, and I'm gonna select pharmaceuticals. Location, I'll go Harare. I can shorten it like that. And it's telling me it's found 115 pharmacies in Harare, and for me to put what I'm looking for, which is the request in picture or text format, making sure to exclude or hide personal information. If I need price, I need to put a dollar at the end. So I'm gonna go and okay, I'm gonna find a provider here, whatever here. So I'm gonna take it from here. So I'm gonna drag. So I'm gonna put in text here. I could attach an image or a prescription screenshot if I have it. But in this case, I'm gonna go here and go fill for milligrams. Okay, so it's asking me whether it's a real or test stage. If it's a real, it will go to actual providers. So we are trying to make sure people don't send real requests if they are testing. So we do have a test option. So if you're just trying to see how it works, use the test option. So I'm gonna go test. Okay, so what it's giving me right now is the top five rated pharmacies in terms of response, and which means more likely to respond. Of course, this is a test one, so there are some things that we don't include here. We don't include a tap to chat, because this would be a tap to chat link, which allows you to DM this pharmacy by just tapping this link. But if it's a real search, that will be there. Of course, we've got the numbers and the address is there. So these are top rated pharmacies at the moment, and this changes fairly quickly depending on the activity on the platform. So a few alerts here. Nighttime alert just tells you that if it's during the night, outside working hours Zimbabwean time, then you are going to get probably less ideal responses until the beginning of the next day. Remember, providers have got 24 hours to respond, so there's still always a lot of time for them to respond. If you've got, this is another one for provider account, so a few alerts there. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to go to the provider side. So the message automatically goes to all providers, but of course in this case this was a test message, so it only comes to us. This is the alert that you get, which is a nudge, which allows you to download the message. The way this platform works, it's two-sided, by the way, so which means the same chatbot is used by pharmacies and also used by which means by providers and used by users. It's the same chatbot. It just recognizes who you are depending on whether you're a registered number or you're not registered. If you're a provider, you are registered. If you're a user, you're not registered. And the messages in the mailbox are downloaded on a FIFO basis, first in, first out. So I'll just say view and respond here. But actually, if there were other messages, it won't be showing me this message first. It will show me the message that you haven't read that's not yet downloaded. So in this case, that I don't have any other messages on my which have not been processed yet. So once you get a message, you need to say yes, no, or not relevant in order to read the next message. So we allow you to see. So if you want to respond to the message you've just received now, you need to clear your mailbox of all the other messages that are before you. So one of the things you can see here is the AI that we've included. So it automatically recognizes the drug and tells you what drug it is, and gives the pharmacist options in case if they don't have that drug, if they could replace it, if it is possible for them to replace it. We give you the options of what are the top drugs that they could use to replace that with, if allowed by the law. But we also use it for another thing, which is very important in terms of when we are going to scale, is moderation. So we are able to tell whether the request satisfied the requirements of a product or service in a particular category, and if not, we stop it pending manual intervention. So a screen comes up. I mean, I'm not going to go through that, but there will be a screen that comes and at the moment it's only available to us, the admins on the platform. They use the Cloomi admins, which is only us, the founders. So it allows you to approve or reject a request that at face value does not fall under the category. But there are things that that don't seem like health products or required in pharmacies, but in Zimbabwe you get it in a pharmacy. For example, ear piercing is the you can so what we do is we are augmenting the AI by giving it information as it grows. So we're able to say include ear piercing, and then it will include it. At the moment, this is not automatic, and that's one of the things we want to do. So when something is approved, it will automatically go into the augmenting database, and the system recognizes. At the moment, it's manual. We have to go in and edit the prompt to add that. So I'm gonna change that at some point. Okay, so before I go here to process this message, I'm just gonna show you a few things here, like if it's an image, what it would look like. Let's see, I'm gonna show you something. Okay, an image, if it's an image, it will come like this. So you can see there, that's an image, and you can tag it. At the moment, all the tagging is done by us as well. Pharmacies or providers don't see this screen, they only see this screen, which allows them to say yes, no, or not relevant. But we are able to tag. Again, eventually we want to give this to the pharmacies or to the providers to be able to tag messages. We're gonna select the top rated pharmacies to be able to tag messages, because obviously tagging means they need to do it at the as early as possible, but also approvals as well. We want to enable pharmacists to do approvals as well, and that will help them, because if you are the approver, you get to see the messages first before everyone else sees them. So that's one thing. So yes, so now I'm just gonna come back here and say, you can see we've got yes, no, or not relevant, and it also gives you the expiry date. And as you can see here, it doesn't say it doesn't give any details about the customer. It just says a customer in Harare is looking for. So that's where the anonymity comes in. The pharmacist does not know, or the provider doesn't know who is asking until they've said yes. Then they provide the user is the one who knows who the pharmacy is. So we keep it, keep it confidential in a way. So you've got yes, no, or not relevant. No and not relevant, it will just download the next message. We are just recording at the moment. Eventually, we want to be able to use this with AI and machine learning to be able to tell what not to send to a provider in future. If it's not relevant, we won't send you in that category forever. No, we might decide not to send you for a certain period, like three weeks, and then later on we'll keep on asking you. So it's just trying to make sure you receive the more relevant messages. If somebody says no yesterday or just today, and then another one comes again, we don't want to send you that message. So we're gonna do that later on, but we're just recording at the moment. This is no's and not relevant. Say yes, let's go yes. This will now come here, you can see now. So we go to the user, you can see automatically the message comes back to the user. You can see what you have looked for, and this is the name of the pharmacy. This is the Hoptex pharmacy. This is a tap to chat link. If you tap that, you are already you are doing a DM to the pharmacy. And there is this top messages here, which allows the user to really have complete control, because they can mute messages. So also that makes sure that pharmacies respond quickly enough, because when a user says stop more messages, any pharmacy or provider that tries to respond to that message after that, we will tell them we haven't sent the message because the user has already muted it. So that's a way to get pharmacies to respond quickly. Of course, one of the things is if the pharmacy has got the GPS location, we'll also show you the location. The address is there, which is this one here, the physical address, but we can then show you the location as well on a map. So, so yes, that's it. Thank you very much.